Hey guys, I'm finally back. I've been gone for a while and I just wanted to actually sit down and tell you guys a little bit what I did over the last month, kind of decompress. I have really not been around a lot lately and I was really hoping that all my traveling and stuff was going to give me a little inspiration for the blog and make me do a lot more. And I was right on the inspiration part. I have lots of ideas of stuff to share with you guys, but I did not have time in between coming back from all these places and packing to head off again to actually sit down and do much blogging. So I just want to share with you guys what I've been doing for the last month and kind of let you guys all into that. And this was kind of my vacation time with my husband and his family, so his parents and my sister-in-law. So I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what we did. We got there on Sunday morning. We left super early. Our flight left at 5 a.m. To go to Newark, and then we took a taxi in and we got to our hotel room before noon. We had time to kind of unpack, and then we kind of headed out to kind of explore the surrounding area. We were in a really great location. We stayed at the Radisson, which is in Manhattan, and we were within walking distance from Fifth Avenue, Avenue of Americas, Times Square, just a lot of really great stuff. So our first day there, we just kind of, well, the first afternoon, because Rob's parents actually didn't fly in until the evening. We had some time on our own, so we went to Fifth Avenue. I saw Saks Fifth Avenue, and oh my goodness, I could not believe how expensive everything was there. It was really fun to look at, see all the designer stuff. It was really cute, but it had kind of a really snobby atmosphere about it, which was too bad. So I quickly learned that we were definitely here just to look at the stuff and not to get anything. There was this really cute chocolate shop on the top floor. You get up there and there's gourmet chocolates, and there's actually kind of like a bar. It's this swervy counter, and it's got a conveyor belt that goes around and has these fancy glass dishes with like a little top that you would take off and a little tower of chocolates in it. It was so cute. I did not even want to look at the price of one of those chocolates, but I thought, you know, if I lived in New York, if I was here again, that might be something I did, was come get a latte and sit at the fancy counter and treat myself to a super fancy gourmet chocolate or something. Anyway, it was just kind of really cute and really fancy. So we grabbed kind of a mid-afternoon lunch and then took a nice nap and then got up and kind of got ready to go out. And then Rob's parents met us at the hotel, and they pretty much put their bags down and we grabbed a cab and went to Cirque du Soleil at Radio City Music Hall, which if you've ever been inside, you know is amazing. It's just this huge open room and the acoustics in there are amazing, and the show just blew my mind. You can't even explain to people how amazing it was. You see stuff on YouTube or you see the movies of it and you're like, yeah, well, it's not a movie, so I know it's going to be fine. When you're there, people could fall. Like, this is not... These people are experts and they do phenomenal things, but the whole time you're watching these people flip through the air on towers of other people, and you're thinking, that shouldn't be possible, and they're probably going to fall and die. But the music was phenomenal, the singing was phenomenal, and the acrobatics and all of the stuff they did, and the clowns and everything was just so amazing. It was pretty late, but we went to Times Square, but we didn't have a lot of time, so we kind of briefly looked around there, and then we headed back to the hotel and just slept. The next morning was Monday. We got up and we took the subway just to the other side of the Brooklyn Bridge to walk across. We got some ice cream before we did that. It was a sweltering hot day. Oh my goodness. And then we saw stuff like the law courts, like the big steps and the pillars and stuff. And then it got a little bit more fun because I got to go shopping. We went to Century 21, which is this huge store. If you have a Winners anywhere near you, you know, you have all that kind of discount stuff. But as far as I remember, it was all clothing, but it's like 6 floors of Winners. It's just, there's like a whole 2 floors that's just shoes and all designer stuff and all serious discounts. Like, you're going through certain sections that's like Oscar de la Renta at prices that you could actually afford to. Anyway, it's like Winners on crack. Anyway, I didn't get anything there. I think it was too early in this trip for me to commit, because I kind of went into this trip, I have a budget and I can't spend over it, and if I'm going to buy something, I better really like it. So I didn't get anything there, But right after that, we went to the Mac Pro store, and I was really excited for that. And I don't have a Mac Pro card, but Rob's mom does. Joanne is a professional makeup artist. She does movies and commercials and stuff. So she has her Mac Pro card, and I asked her to take me there, and she said that if there's anything that I really wanted, she would get it for me with her discount and that I could pay her back. So, ha ha ha, I swindled the Mac Pro store. Not really, because I really didn't get very much. You guys are going to think I'm so lame, but I just wanted like a couple things that I really wanted. So I got, this was stupid, but I got a pencil sharpener, like an eyeliner sharpener, or a lip liner sharpener. I don't really use pencil eyeliner anyway. But I got an eyeliner brush for my gel liner, and I got a bottle of pigment, and I got lash glue. So I didn't get anything super exciting except for the pigment, and I'm actually pretty sure that everything I bought you could get at a regular store, but I got the discount and I got to see all the stuff. There was actually a workshop going on while we were there. So there's people doing all these crazy makeup workshops in the back, and it was just kind of fun to look around. And Joanne actually got some stuff for her kit, so she was you know, getting mixing mediums and body paints and stuff like that. So she got a lot more exciting stuff than I did, but I wear everyday makeup and I don't do crazy makeup very often. So anyway, after that we went for lunch at this really great Thai place. It's called Spice. If you ever go to New York and you like Thai food, go to Spice. I actually noticed there are a couple of them around, but the food was so tasty, and I tried some of everybody's food, and it was all so good. And the service with my glass never even got half empty. And that's one of the things for me, is I don't want you to really hover very much, but if my glass gets empty, I'm like, you better be coming back pretty sick. Like, all I really want from a server is to be polite and bring me my food, make sure my food's okay, and keep my glass full. That's all I want from service. So if my glass is empty, I get a little bit peeved. I'm kind of picky like that. But anyway, my glass never even got half, and you would take like 3 sips and they'd be like, oh, better top that up for you. It was kind of funny. But they were really on top of that. It was really funny. After that, we all kind of went back to the hotel, dropped our shopping bags off, and took a little bit of a break. And then we went to Times Square in the evening again, because we actually gave ourselves some time to shop. So I went to the Forever 21 store there, which is 4 floors. And some of it is kind of repetitive, like you'll see a sweater over here and you'll be like, oh, it's kind of cool, and then you'll be like in the next floor and you'll see that same sweater again, and then you'll be on another floor and you see the same sweater again, so you're kind of wondering how much of the stuff is actually original or if it's just a bunch of the same stuff on different racks. But anyway, it was pretty cool. I didn't get anything at Forever 21 either. My husband did. He got a suit, a really sharp looking suit for $80, so that was kind of funny. Anyway, and then after we had done some shopping on Times Square, then we kind of just sat in Times Square, and I guess there's this amazing cake place. I didn't actually go there. Rob's dad went there and picked up 5 pieces of cake and brought it back to Times Square, and we all shared these pieces of cake. It's pretty good, I have to say. But I'm kind of a junkie when it comes to sweet things. So anyway, that was the second day. So we did the whole Empire State Building thing, and then we got to do more shopping, and this is when I actually started to shop for real. I went to Zara's, and oh my goodness, if I didn't have a budget, the stuff I would have bought there, it was gorgeous. I loved all their fall stuff coming out. I spent so much time in there. Everyone was like, Chelsea, we want to go see other things. I was like, you go and I'll catch up with you later. I'll just meet you whenever. Anyway, I spent a lot of time in Zara, and I actually only ended up getting a couple things, but it was like I was racking my mind and my heart trying to decide what I was going to get, but I got this beautiful red and white polka dot blouse. It was 100% silk, and it feels like butter on my body. And I got this really cute white lace dress. I'm gonna do like a little haul video and actually show you guys this stuff, I think, because I'm telling you what I got, but I didn't actually bring it out. I just wanted to give you an overview of my trip. Anyway, so after that, I had a quick Starbucks break, and oh my goodness, there's Starbucks everywhere in New York City, and it's way cheaper than it is in Canada. That's not fair. Anyway, I got a delicious drink, and then I went to Macy's and shopped around there for a bit, and I got a pair of killer high heels, which I'll have to show you later. Yes. Then we went back to the hotel and we all got dressed up and we went to Warhorse. We didn't have supper before the Broadway show because we were going out afterwards. So we had this reservation for 10:30 at Sardi's. So we went to Warhorse, which I have to confess I did not really enjoy. I don't like war stories very much, to be honest, so that's kind of a huge bias for me. If you like war stories, maybe you would like it, but I don't like war stories. The puppets were fantastic. Nobody could say that the horse puppets weren't mind-bogglingly fantastic, but the story didn't really get me, and the acting I didn't find really great either. So it's kind of disappointing for me. But the other thing is, when I think of Broadway, I want to see dancing and singing. Like, that would be my ideal experience, would be to go see something like Wicked. I always have wanted to see that, and I think next time we go to New York, I'm going to Wicked, even if I have to go by myself. But anyway, after the show, we went to Sardi's, which is this restaurant. It's kind of famous for having all the caricatures of the famous people that have been there on the walls. Our server was hilarious. I mean, he made us laugh, and the service was amazing. Once again, my glass was never empty. He made our time so enjoyable. Sometimes you don't want to see the server, but every time he came around our table, we knew we were gonna, we wanted to talk to him. He was really great. And this is definitely the fanciest restaurant I've ever been to. It's kind of famous, like the caricatures are on the wall. It's kind of the first restaurant that started doing that, but it's kind of one of those places that people go after their Broadway show to have their Broadway dinner, but also if you want to see a celebrity, Sardi's is a good place to go. And we didn't see one. I didn't really have my hopes that high for it, but it was definitely the fanciest meal I'd ever had. And what I originally ordered, he said, we don't have that. And I guess when you go to a really nice restaurant, if they don't have a chicken that's already thawed, they are not going to microwave one for you. They don't do that. They make all their stuff top quality. They don't rush anything, and if they would have to rush it, they're not going to make it. So he recommended something else, and I was like, sure, go for it. So I had it, and it was amazing. I was just like, you know what? This guy, like, based on what everyone kind of said they were looking for, he made a couple recommendations to people, and everybody loved what he recommended. So we had a blast there. It was really, really nice. Wednesday, the next day, was our last kind of half day there before we all flew home. I went with Mary Lynn to Central Park Zoo, which was kind of fun. It's not a really big zoo, but I love zoos. I love animals, so we went there. We saw the sea lions and polar bears and penguins and whatever. We went to the zoo, okay? And it was lots of fun. And then Rob's dad took Mary Lynn and I to FAO Schwartz, which is the world's biggest toy store, but they had this huge candy store there. Like half of one floor was all candy. And if anybody knows me, they know I love candy. So I was trying to figure out how much candy I should get, and they had this thing where you could buy like it's like a little Chinese takeout box, and you just pay for whatever, you pay $19 for this box, and whatever you can put in there, you get. Just whatever you can put in there, you just have to pay for the box. And so I was like, I think I can do this. So I was kind of circling around the store, packing all this stuff in there and like pushing it in there with a scoop, and I was like, how full can I get this? And I was like, well, that's probably enough. And so I went and took it to pay for the box, and the guy picked it up and he was like, oh my goodness, this is so heavy. And he like called other people over to see how heavy my candy box was. So I was kind of proud that I really, really got a good amount of candy in there, enough to impress other people. After that, we got all our bags and we went to the airport. Mary Lynn just flew home, and Rob's parents came and stayed with us for a couple days. Anyway, that was my trip in New York. I think I'm going to break this up into different movies because I obviously talk way too much to put this all into one YouTube-sized video. So anyway, this is my trip in New York, and I'll do separate videos for my Halifax and Ottawa trips. I think I'll do in one. I think I can mash that into one. And then I'll do one for my trip to PEI as well. So there is New York, done, over. I hope that wasn't too boring for you guys. I know there are people out there that are kind of interested in what I'm actually doing with my life. So there is what I did in New York, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.